Subscribe and like the channel.
In the golden city of Agrabah, where the sands of the desert shimmered under the sun and the grand palace stood as a beacon of wealth and power, lived a young man named Aladdin. He was a street rat, as the people called him, a boy who had nothing but his wits, a pet monkey named Abu, and a dream that one day he would be more than just a common thief. Though he lived by stealing food to survive, he had a good heart, often giving what little he had to those in need. Far from the bustling marketplace, in the grand halls of the Sultan's palace, lived Princess Jasmine. She was unlike the other princesses, for she did not dream of riches or suitors, but of freedom. Her father, the Sultan, wished for her to marry a noble prince, yet Jasmine found them all dull and self-absorbed. She longed to escape the golden cage of the palace and see the world beyond its walls. One night, unable to bear her confinement any longer, she disguised herself in simple clothes and slipped out into the city. As she wandered through the marketplace, the scents of exotic spices and sizzling meats filled the air. She marveled at the people, the colors, the laughter. But when she reached out to take an apple from a fruit stand, not knowing she needed to pay, the merchant grabbed her harshly, demanding compensation. Fear flickered in her eyes as she struggled to explain. Just as things seemed to take a dangerous turn, a voice interrupted, smooth and confident. It was Aladdin. With a grin and a quick trick, he convinced the merchant that she was his confused sister. And as soon as the man was distracted, he pulled her away. They ran through the streets, dodging guards, leaping across rooftops, finally reaching Aladdin's small hideout. There, under the moonlight, they talked. Aladdin showed her his view of the palace from afar, speaking of his dreams to live there one day, to be more than what the world saw him as. Jasmine listened intently, touched by his spirit, and for the first time she felt truly understood. Before she could reveal her identity, the Sultan's guards arrived. Jafar, the Sultan's vizier, had been searching for a diamond in the rough to enter the fabled Cave of Wonders, and he had chosen Aladdin. The young man was captured and thrown into the dungeon. However, just when all hope seemed lost, an old man appeared, promising him freedom in exchange for retrieving a lamp from the mysterious cave. Desperate, Aladdin agreed. The Cave of Wonders was no ordinary place. Its walls shimmered with gold, and treasures lay in heaps, untouched by time. The old man's warning echoed in Aladdin's ears. Touch nothing but the lamp. As he carefully made his way through, Abu's eyes gleamed at a giant ruby. Unable to resist, the monkey grabbed it. The ground rumbled. The cave roared with anger, and in an instant, the once glorious chamber became a death trap, collapsing around them. In the chaos, Aladdin clutched the lamp tightly. Trapped inside the cave with no way out, he rubbed it in frustration, and in a flash of blue smoke, the genie appeared. Booming with laughter, the genie introduced himself as a wish granter, bound to serve whoever held the lamp. Overwhelmed, Aladdin made his first wish to become a prince, hoping to win Jasmine's heart. The next day, Agrabah was filled with excitement as Prince Ali arrived in a grand parade. Aladdin, now dressed in silks and jewels, rode in on a magnificent elephant, followed by dancers, golden camels, and trumpeting musicians. The people cheered, yet Jasmine remained unimpressed. She saw many princes come and go, all flaunting wealth but lacking sincerity. That evening, Aladdin tried to speak with her but stumbled through his words, trying to act princely. Frustrated, Jasmine dismissed him. But later, when he appeared on her balcony, offering her his hand, something in his eyes looked familiar. He asked her, "Do you trust me?" It was the same voice from the marketplace. Curious and drawn to him, she took his hand. On a magic carpet, they soared above Agrabah, over rivers and mountains, through clouds and twinkling stars. Jasmine's heart swelled as she felt the freedom she always longed for. They laughed, they talked, and she knew this was no ordinary prince. He was kind, adventurous, different. She was falling in love. But their happiness was short-lived. Jafar, growing suspicious, used dark magic to uncover Aladdin's true identity. Furious, he stole the lamp and used its power to take control of the kingdom. He imprisoned the Sultan, forced Jasmine to marry him, and banished Aladdin to the ends of the earth. However, Aladdin was not one to give up. Using his wit, Aladdin faced him bravely, but Jafar was too strong, using his magic to transform into a monstrous cobra. As Jafar coiled around him, Aladdin thought quickly. He taunted Jafar, telling him that, despite his power, he was still not the most powerful being in the world. Jafar, blinded by arrogance, made his final wish, to become an all-powerful genie. The moment the words left his lips, magic swirled around him. He was now a genie himself, trapped in a lamp for eternity. With Jafar gone, the kingdom was safe once more. The Sultan, seeing the courage in Aladdin, realized that true worth was not measured by birthright, but by the heart. He changed the law, allowing Jasmine to choose her own husband. Without hesitation, she chose Aladdin. Aladdin, with his final wish, set the genie free, proving that he was truly selfless. Overjoyed, the genie, no longer bound to the lamp, thanked him and set off to explore the world. That evening, under the same stars that once bore witness to their magical flight, Aladdin, claiming her as his bride. Aladdin, heartbroken but determined, sought help from his own wits and courage.